When Beethoven set to work on his Sixth Symphony, he chose a subject as big as all outdoors. In fact, exactly as big as all outdoors. Beethoven wrote about nature. Beethoven enjoyed taking long walks in the woods. He once wrote in a letter, "How delighted I will be to ramble for a while through the bushes, woods, under trees, through grass, and around rocks. No one can love the country as much as I do, for surely woods, trees, and rocks produce the echo that man desires to hear." Does that sound like nature? That's the way Beethoven heard it. Let's listen again. Beethoven's named his Sixth Symphony Pastoral Symphony, or Recollections of Country Life. The word pastoral refers to shepherds or a simple life in the country, and recollections are memories. Today, his Sixth Symphony is known simply as the Pastoral and is one of Beethoven's most popular works. Beethoven definitely delivers the country life he promises in the title by using music to paint pictures of the countryside. Beethoven hiked through the woods while he was composing the work, sitting beneath trees and figuring out the music in his head. He listened to bird calls from nightingales, cuckoos, quails, and yellowhammers, and included their singing in his music. He sat beside a brook and observed the way the water ran over pebbles and rocks. He considered the wind rustling through trees, forcing branches to bend and twist. And he observed woodland creatures, squirrels, butterflies, chipmunks, foxes, and deer. Beethoven took all these impressions and wove them into music that begins in a light and playful tone and grows rowdier as Beethoven imagines peasants gathering for a party. Their merrymaking builds into a great big noisy country dance. Can you hear where the party begins? In Beethoven's imagination, the beautiful day in the country is interrupted by a terrible storm. You can hear it begin far off in the distance, then build and build as the storm approaches, then bursts into rain, thunder, and lightning. Let's take the time to listen to Beethoven's storm, brewing in the distance. How did Beethoven do that? How can music paint such a clear picture of something like a storm? Part of the job is done by the dynamics, the loudness or softness of sound. The musicians play very, very softly and then very, very loudly. Let's listen to the storm again. Try cupping your hands behind your ears when the music is extremely soft and quiet. Then gently cover your ears when the music gets too loud. Dynamics were an important tool Beethoven used to create images of a growing storm disrupting a sunny afternoon. But Beethoven had another trick up his sleeve. He also brought in different instruments to portray various parts of the storm. Let's listen again. This time, listen for the violins creating sounds like raindrops. Wiggle your fingers in the air whenever you hear the rain. You might hear the cellos play the wind. Wrap your hands around yourself and shiver when you hear the wind. The timpani represents the sudden crash of thunder. Draw a jagged line in the air whenever you hear a thunderbolt. Listen closely. Can you identify the instruments used to create those images through music? Before we leave Beethoven's Sixth Symphony, let's play a game. We'll play sections from Beethoven's Pastoral. You'll decide if the music represents one of these ideas: a calm, sunny day in the country, a far-off storm, the dancing peasants, a heavy thunderstorm just overhead. Here's the first selection. That's right, it's the storm brewing in the distance. Here's our second selection. If you guessed a gentle scene of nature, that's right. Let's try again. There's the storm. It's hard to mistake the thunder. And here's the final selection. If you chose the country dance, you're absolutely right.